Hello and good day everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are bringing you a set today that I actually recommended to you about a month and a half ago, something like that, when I did one of my, what's going hot on Amazon right now kind of a thing. And this is by a company called Plaxoon, Plaxsoon. It is 2,158 pieces, and it's called Romantic Venice. And we thought it was a pretty good looking set when I first found it on Amazon. And again, we put our money where our mouth is. So we went ahead and picked this up ourselves, and for about $50, which for 2,158 pieces is a pretty good deal. And it really looks fantastic, at least on the box. So I am going to build this, and then we'll come back and we'll check out some of the cool details and everything and see if it might be worth your $50. And I'll see if I should have followed my own recommendation. So let's get started on this, and then we'll review it. Alrighty, it is about a week later, and I finished up the Romantic Venice by Plaxoon, and I gotta say, wow, it's pretty good. It is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Again, this is over 2,000 pieces, and it looks fantastic. It looks really good. It is in sections. I can take off, whoops. Get that back on there. I can take off the little bell tower section here. I can take off this little section to move it around. It's held in by little hooks, but it really does look fantastic. I'll show you some details here in a second because it really is cute. A couple things to mention. The main one is brick quality, not good. For the price, I hate to say it, that's probably what you would expect. I've said before, you only really start to notice bad brick quality when you get to the really tiny pieces. My fingers and my early onset of arthritis probably just cannot handle putting together, little 1x1 studs and stuff like that. The clutch was so tight. I had to get out the old Enforcer. Where is she? Had to get out the old Enforcer many times to show those little pieces who was boss. And anyway, my fingers were just killing at the end. Bigger size bricks, you don't really notice it as much. But that's probably the worst part about this build, was that brick quality. The colors are really nice. The colors are very consistent, but just clutch, way too tight, way too tight. Yeah, it is a lighted set. I only installed one of the sets of lights. The other part was just kind of this LED string that you're supposed to start over here and kind of run it, and just wires going everywhere. So I opted not to put those in. There's another string, excuse me, another string of lights that were held in by studs, and I went and put those in, and they look pretty nice. So we're just going to stick with that. So let's go in, let's check out some of the cute little details of this bad boy, and see what you think. Alrighty, checking out some of the details of Romantic Venice. I think you can see, this is a nice picture of it right here. It is just a really good looking, cute set with some really neat little details. You've got a little bicicleta over here. You got a little seagull, I think. I love the canoe, super cute. Got some little life buoys over here. Have a little puppy peeking through the walkway. The printed pieces were really nice also. Not quite as crisp as what you might get from Luma bricks or anything like that, but again, they're still pretty good looking. The little clock tower up here, those are printed pieces. One of my favorite things is the little easel you get, and look at what the painting is of. It's of this set. Isn't that cute? Got a little paintbrush there, a little whatchamacallit thingy with the paint on. I can't remember what that's called. But anyway, that is a really nice little cute detail that they didn't have to put into there, but it's really, really kind of nice. Let's turn this thing around. So we can see some of the details. It is an open back. So we have a little pizza cafeteria here with a little seat. It's pretty crammed. You probably would have a hard time getting a minifig in there. We have some, I don't know what they would call it in Italy. In France it'd be baguettes, I guess, but they if you have them faced in the wrong way, they kind of look like sausages. That's not too good. Up top here we have a little clock, a bookshelf, a little bed. We have a grill up on the roof and a cute little box with some flowers. We have a rat getting ready to eat a piece of cheese over here. And what looks to be, we have a kitty cat facing the wall, getting ready to go through the doorway. And it almost looks like a, what do you call it when you mess with plants, potting station or something like that. You can also see that the battery box fits in really nicely down here when we have a little switch, and we'll light her up in a second to see what it looks like. It looks good. You have some water elements which are really nice. Let's turn around. There's also some stuff in the clock tower. Got a little fireplace in the clock tower here, and up top we do have a bell, which is kind of cute. Nice walkway at the bottom, full of 2x2 rounds and 2x2 squares, which is really nice. And then not a whole lot going on over here. Kind of an open area, again, for the doggy. Kind of cool. So that's the back detail. Pretty shallow, but, you know, understandable because it's really supposed to be displayed this way where it looks really, really nice. Let's get her back around. Let's light her up and see what she looks like in the dark. So there we have her lit up, and I gotta say, it looks really, really nice. Those LEDs are bright. You can see the light being thrown on the wall behind me there. They are very bright, and again, they're held in by studs. I think adding that other lighting element would have made it a little bit too bright. That would have been too much, so I'm really happy with how it looks just with the stud lighting points on the main part of the build right there. Looks pretty good. So what do you think, everybody? Do you like it? I think it looks pretty dang good. I think it's a good set for a good price. It's not a great set for a great price, but still it looks really nice. It's going to go over on our shelf display, and I really like the looks of it. But frankly, it's a lot cheaper than the Lego one. I know. The Lego one is probably a lot nicer, and you get minifigs. I love it. If we can, maybe we'll get the Lego one, the Lego Venice one at some point. But for now, this one is pretty dang good. Leave a comment, hit that like button if you don't mind. The best way to help us out is to be able to watch these videos, share these videos, hit that subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, got a lot of cool stuff coming up. See you next time. Thanks again.